Greetings, it's your boy Mr. Tempo. It is Tuesday afternoon. I'm in the Caribbean, as you can see and as you know. I'm in my new home office under the coconut tree. Yes, under the coconut tree is the new normal for me. And, we're all dealing with the pandemic situation as best as we can, the quarantine. And so I'm here in my new office under the coconut tree, and it is an inspiring office. A lot of good thoughts coming to my mind. Here's a thought, actually. And that is, we in the Caribbean need to come together like now. It is just absolutely critical that we unite as a people for the future of the Caribbean. Post this pandemic, it's going to be a very difficult and challenging road ahead. And the only way we're going to be able to deal with that is to unite. We can't be talking about this island this and this island that, and them Trinidadians or them Jamaicans and Bajans, Vincentians and the St. Lucians and the Virgin Islanders and the Bahamians and the Bermudians. We can't be talking about the Dominicans and the Antiguans and the Kitishans and the Nivisians. We're going to have to talk about the Caribbean. And we're going to have to find a way to come together and put things in place that we can elevate ourselves in this new space. Over the years and bringing forth Tempo, I've seen so much of the disunity, and I've seen it, really take away a lot of opportunities that could have been right there in front of us. We do it in an individual way as well. We have to be supportive of each other. If you know that there's somebody in the community trying to do well, support them. If you know there's an artist out there trying his best, her best, trying to make their music work, delivering positive things, like up their stuff on the social media. If you're scrolling through it and you see it, like it, drop a comment, do something that is supportive, be inspiring to people who need the inspiration. Only when we do that as a people will we really truly put ourselves in a position to be successful. I'll tell you a really quick story. This is going on a little longer than I thought it would, but I'll tell you a quick story. When I was at MTV, I was a lawyer at MTV, as you guys know. I was in a room with a bunch of senior people, and the topic of Caribbean music, well, it really was about tourism first, but because I was in the room. It quickly went to music. And, I was talking about the greatness of Caribbean music and artists, etc. And the name Shaggy came up in the conversation. Now, we all know Shaggy, right? And Mr. Bombastic. And I remember a very senior person, in fact, the president of one of the networks, I think it was VH1, said in the meeting, "Oh, Shaggy's a one-hit wonder." And I was like, what? This is a diamond selling artist. So I put on my lawyer hat and I sort of, let him know all the statistics, the entire room, and, presented the case like I was going to before the Privy Council, which I shouldn't have had to do because it was so obvious that this man was just not a one-hit wonder. But the reason I'm telling you that story is that, folks look at the Caribbean in a particular way. It is for many outside of the Caribbean, it is just rum punch and sit in, a resort and have a good time at Sun Beach, and, everybody else living in abject poverty. That's a lot of the way in which we are looked at. And until we start to define who we are as Caribbean people, and not as individual nations, as a collective, we're always going to be in that position where we are seen as third world. So I got a lot to talk about on this, but I'm way past the time that I was going to actually talk about. I wasn't even going to go to this topic. But listen, start to support each other. Long story short, you're on social media, you wake up in the morning, you're scrolling down, like somebody thing, drop a comment under it, support the network, that is trying to bring the unity and bring us all together. Just be supportive. I think that's the start. And I think I'm going to start something, to really push this discussion, because we're going to need it. We're going to absolutely 100% need unity in order to survive during this pandemic, but certainly after. And so, but no matter what, we're going to keep our tempo up. We're going to do what is necessary to make sure that this blessed region of ours, I know I will, is in a position post COVID-19 and the coronavirus. So keep yourself good, be safe, do all the things that they're telling you to do, and give what I just said some thought. Sorry for all of the length of time. but hopefully I'm saying something that could resonate. All right? Keep it locked. It's your boy, Frederick in the Caribbean. Keep it tempo up.